All we gotta do is win. So if they sleep on you, tuck them in. Meet me at the top. If you bought, I'll drop my pen. So many stars in the making, thank you, sing. Eyes on the prize, I say passionate. I got the sauce like Diana, vision like medicine. They say patience is a virtue, so I went around the world and back again. Now NSL be on the map, no more imagining, it's happening.
Welcome to our coverage of the Northern Super League presented by BMO, the official bank of the NSL. We're in Toronto today for the Battle of Ontario as AFC Toronto welcomes the league-leading Ottawa Rapid to town on Global Football Day, which is celebrating the diversity of football in communities that make it so special across Toronto and, of course, around the world. I'm Signa Butler alongside former Canadian Youth International Jess Lisi for today's call. And one thing we know about AFC Toronto so far this season is that they're pretty stingy in terms of giving up goals.
They certainly are, and it's something that Coach Milanovic has mentioned to us, Signa. He wants them to be stronger in their defensive organization. We were certainly seeing that against the Tides. They had constant numbers around the ball. You can see it right here, not allowing the shot off. They're close to the ball. Nikki Small putting her body on the line there, making sure that it's out of the danger zone. But there's this sort of fluidity that they've been growing in when it comes to defensive organization. They're all on the same page. They're aware of where they need to be, and you have players that are willing to put the work in. Kalia Novak coming back here to apply that pressure, and you have Kaylee Hunter as well on multiple occasions doing what needs to be done, applying the back pressure, and they're just all on the same page, and it's really coming together cohesively for them.
Well, one player we often talk about in terms of offense and the crosses she delivers is Colby Barnett, but also very, very accountable when it comes to defensive play.
I mean, Colby Barnett's a player you want on your team, right? She has that ability to get forward. She's sort of like an Energizer bunny. I know we've made that joke over the last 2 seasons, but her ability to get up and down that flank, she does the work that's needed defensively. She might be small, but she sure is mighty. She is able to put her body on the line time and time again and go into those hard tackles. So she's certainly somebody you want on your side.
On the NSL's best 11 last season, and she will be part of AFC Toronto's starting 11 today on that left flank. Welcomed back into the 11 for the first time in 7 months is Croy Soto. She'll be playing at right back today. Had a hamstring tear, took her out of the playoffs altogether last year, so that is a big insertion for AFC Toronto. Earlier, we talked to Kai Novak, who's been providing a little bit of pepper in terms of the offense. Kai, you're getting your second straight start, an assist last match, and I know we saw a little bit of this last season, the partnership that you have with Kaylee Hunter. I'm just wondering, what's clicking for you guys up front?
Obviously we train together on the daily. I think we've got pretty good on-field but also off-field chemistry. She's a hoot to be around, so I think just what's coming to life in training is finally coming to life in games, and her runs, I've said this before, absolutely incredible, so it's really easy to find her.
You're up against the top offensive team in the league this season, and a big part of that is in their midfield. What's key for you today, you know, being in the middle of the park to contribute both offensively but defensively as well?
Yeah, I think Marco's chatted to us, obviously, pregame. We know that they're a dangerous team. We obviously have a lot of attacking and defensive threats as well. Our biggest thing is just fight in our game, whether that's offensively or defensively. We've worked on both very hard this week. So, yeah, just having fight.
Kai, appreciate your time and good luck today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
The Ottawa Rapid, 24 goals for this season, top offense in the league, top of the table, and they've had 12 different goal scorers this year.
You never know where it's coming from. That's why they threaten so much. They're a team that likes to impose themselves in the attacking third, their ability to create overloads, but it's that movement off the ball that they do so well that manipulates the opponent into the exact spaces that they want, and they take advantage when they get into those spaces. You can see here Friedland doing so well to drive into that gap that was there and strike on frame, but chance after chance is created because this team is all on the same page, Signa. They get into those areas where they need to be, and then they execute when it comes down to it. They're brave. They have the mindset that you want from an attacker and within that attacking half.
Winners in their last game, looking for a second straight victory here today. And when you're talking about attacking fluidity, you can look no further than Mina Lee.
Absolutely. The word I always use to describe Mina Lee is somebody that floats. She sort of finds those spaces so well. She has such a high IQ, so she checks her shoulder. She recognizes where she needs to be, whether she's making the run to get the ball to feet or she's just creating space for her teammates. She is somebody that is going to be key for them. So definitely somebody that AFC Toronto has to be aware of today.
Well, held off the score sheet last game in terms of scoring was DB Pridham. She does get the start, of course, in the starting 11 today for the Ottawa Rapid up top. Their leading goal scorer this season. The right side was very effective, whether it was Joanna Friedland, Kira Mellenhorst, or Kayla Adamek, and we had a chance to catch up with Adamek ahead of the match. Kayla, you've been a consistent presence both offensively and defensively on the right flank for Ottawa this year. How do you feel you've raised your game this season?
Thank you. I've just tried to be more offensive, get up in the attack, and try to contribute more to goals.
1-1 the last time you guys played AFC Toronto. What kind of challenge do they pose for you today?
Yeah, Toronto's a really good team. They're very good on the counterattack, so we've been working on that all week, and hopefully it helps out because it's the one team that we haven't beat, so that's really motivating for us.
24 goals your team has scored this season and a lot of contributions from across the team. What do you attribute that success to?
I think it's been a lot of work even last year, and now it's kind of coming to fruition, and I think it was there all along, and just all the work that we've done off the field has helped everyone kind of contribute to the goals, and it makes us way more threatening.
Appreciate your time and good luck today.
Yeah, thank you.
These two teams played to a 1-1 draw earlier this season. What will today have in store? Kickoff straight ahead from York Lions Stadium. It's the Battle of Ontario between AFC Toronto and the Ottawa Rapid.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account. The dough doesn't rise.
BMO has 2 simple ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and no monthly fees.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Plus, get a cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So BMO helps your savings grow bigger faster.
Like a triple dose of yeast.
You're hired.
What? No, I wasn't looking for it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
BMO.
First game. First whistle. First goal. First jersey. First autograph. First favorite player. First away game. First big win. First time thinking, that's gonna be me. Firsts help us move forward together. Toyota, founding partner of the first professional women's soccer league in Canada.
We are deep into stoppage time. Oh, they must be careful here. Oh, no! But hang on, they are checking it. It's going to be in the hands of the VAR. The goal has been reversed! They have felt everything it is possible to feel.
Kickoff imminent at York Lions Stadium in Toronto for the second meeting of the season between the Ottawa Rapid, the league's leading team, against AFC Toronto, third in the standings right now. There's Mina Lee getting set to kick off for the Ottawa Rapid. The top offensive team in the league this year, 24 goals as we bring you inside York Lions Stadium, 12 goal contributors, different ones. So as Jess Lisi was talking off the top of the show, a difficult team to hold off the score sheet. But here comes AFC Toronto and Kaylee Hunter feeding it across to Burns. To Novak. Novak, the shot on goal and a quick save by Melissa Dagenet. And the last time these two teams played, it was AFC Toronto with 20 shots on goal, and Dagenet had to be on her toes.
She definitely stood on her head last time around, and you can see here the quality that AFC Toronto has in attack. Novak with such a great strike, but a confident stop there from Dagenet.
And a corner kick right off the bat for AFC Toronto. It'll be Colby Barnett. An in-swinger. The delivery. It's to the top of the box. Flipped over top by Hunter, but no one at the end of that. Now we should be on our toes here in the broadcast booth, and those of you watching at home, because the last time these two teams played, both goals were scored within 7 minutes of the opening kickoff. So
well, we almost saw one.
We almost
right
saw one there. Small. Hunter to Stratigakis. That's Colby Barnett. Small pushing forward. Hunter to Rowe. Rowe! And it's an early goal! Thought maybe she was teetering on the offside, but Lauren Rowe, the NSL's Player of the Month, continues to contribute.
She is on fire. You have to look out for Lauren Rowe. Every time she gets on the ball in and around the box, she's making something happen as of late. Signa, her and Kaylee Hunter have grown a great partnership as well, but we're seeing Toronto come out on the front foot. Right away, they're threatening, and you can see some great ball movement. You also see the movement off the ball. Nikki Small driving forward. She finds the space, is able to find Hunter, who has such a great IQ, looks up. Lauren Rowe times her run, a couple touches, and is able to slot that by Dagenet near post. Really great finish from Lauren Rowe.
So Lauren Rowe continues to find the back of the net. That's her 5th goal of the season. We'll see if we get a quick rebound here from the Ottawa Rapid, as we did in the last time these two teams. Of course, it was Ottawa scoring first last time and then Toronto countering. Chu to Jung. Pridham shielding well, and you can see them converging immediately on last year's Golden Boot winner, DB Pridham. A deep throw in for AFC Toronto. Back to Scott and Adamek. Olivia Scott, Jaleesa Harris played every single minute, all 900 of them and change this season for the Ottawa Rapids. So important back there. Always among the league leaders in terms of touches and passes.
Seeing that patience aspect from the back line of the Rapid.
Ottawa throw. Forbes trying to work in combination with Chu.
You are seeing that organization again from Toronto. We spoke about it earlier, Signa, but the amount of numbers that are in and around the ball.
Pridham takes a little kick to the shin there when she won the ball back. And now AFC Toronto pushing forward. It is Lauren Rowe again, trying to return the favor to Kaylee Hunter, and all the way to Dagenet.
Just too many white shirts there for that time around for Lauren Rowe, but she does well to gain that ball and immediately go into a counterattack moment.
Mellenhorst. Jung back insertion into the starting 11 for Ottawa. And Croy Soto first touch on the ball. Won by Scott. to Chu. Chu, have to watch out for her. She's got 3 goals on the season.
Getting caught up there in Mina's feet.
DB Pridham laid off to Jung. Little touch in for Mina, a little too far for the Korean international. Sophia Manor sweeps that up.
We've seen Ottawa a couple times now try to build through the middle there, and where all that congestion is from AFC Toronto, they are very solid in the middle of the park. They are very cohesive in the way they've been defending. So I think there has to be an aspect of looking for those wide overloads. Look for a Kayla Adamek, look for a Chu when it's on the opposite side, but recognize that that switch is on, because we've seen it a couple times, Kayla Adamek all by herself when they were circulating that ball in the back line. So just something to be aware of.
Hunter going back to Novak. He's under pressure from Forbes. Chipped into Stratigakis. And Dagenet has that near post covered this time.
Stratigakis, another player that's done really well for AFC this season. Her ability to get forward and find those little half spaces and just live in there, get on the ball. And she does have a creativity and a braveness to her when she's in that final third, just being able to create chances for them and get on the end of them as well.
Ottawa in their white and blue today, going from right to left on your screen. Across the back to Harris. Who pops one of those balls over top. And DB Pridham in pursuit. Didn't connect this time, but that was something Marko Milanovic, the coach of AFC Toronto, said we have to be aware of Jaleesa Harris, because she's got that quality to just take one touch and just cut through 2 lines.
She's essentially their first point of attack, is how he described it to us, right? She looks up, she's able to play that long ball, as you're speaking about Signa, but she also has such a great IQ to play those little slip balls if needed and if necessary. So definitely something that they've been aware of, and they're aware of coming into this match.
Mellenhorst escaping out of pressure, tackled and stopped in her tracks for now, but there's Jung. Broken up by Nikki Small, and Jung called for the foul. Nikki Small, captain of AFC Toronto, playing more of a little deeper role than maybe you would have seen her play last season, but she's been utilized all over the field. I mean, that's the advantage of having a player like Nikki Small in your lineup.
Yeah, she definitely has, and I think there's a bit of a transitional period when you lose a player like Regan, who was playing in more of that 6 role. It allowed Nikki Small to get forward and have that freedom and be creative in the attacking third, but now she's being called on to provide that structural sort of significance in the middle of the field and play in that role where she's able to be an outlet and still get involved in the attack, as we've seen her do, but just, yeah, provide more of that defensive showing of what we know she's capable of. She goes really hard into tackle. She has great awareness of where she needs to be, so a great leader to have in the middle of the park.
Soto looking forward. Scott heads that away. Chu slowing things down, recycling through Harris. Mellenhorst. Back to Chu. Jung got a little touch on it. It's to Pridham, who had to come all the way back to get the ball.
Sarah Rollins making sure to stay with her mark.
Back to Dagenet. So the lead, AFC Toronto's way. 1-0 on that goal from Lauren Rowe, but it is Ottawa with the share of possession so far. Adamek under pressure on that right side.
It's a good double team there from Rowe, as well as Barnett.
Quick throw over top. Pridham battling with Rollins, and the ball will go the way of the Ottawa Rapid. DB Pridham, the Canadian international. Already 6 goals on the season, 4 assists for DB Pridham. Forbes cuts inside. To Mina. Mina, the shot from distance! Oh, Mina Lee! How about that goal, and how about that response from Ottawa?
We just talked about Cigna, how they had the bulk of possession, and it's about being purposeful when you have possession, and that's exactly what the Ottawa Rapid needed to do. Mina Lee, a huge player for them. We spoke about how she's able to contribute to this side, but she gets this ball initially, plays a nice little ball of junk, continues her run, gets another layoff from Mellenhorst, and then strikes from distance so beautifully to beat Manor. No hesitation from her. She knows what needs to be done in that moment, and she executes it beautifully.
Some tic-tac-toe, and Mina Lee, the 34-year-old from Korea. Second goal on the season, but as we mentioned off the top of the show, contributes so much to the attacking fluidity of Ottawa. And it's a 1-1 game at York Lions Stadium.
Well, you were certainly right. We had to stay on our toes.
It didn't come within the first 7 minutes, it was the first 13 minutes, but that's okay. It should be known these two teams through 2 seasons, 2-2-2 records. Sophia Manor having to come out and clear that ball before DB Pridham could hop onto it.
It's also worth noting, sorry Cigna, not to interrupt, but you know, this is a team, Ottawa is the #1 team right now as far as goal contributions, but AFC Toronto is a team that creates a lot of attack. They just haven't been as clinical, so it's not really that shocking to see that both these teams are on the front foot and looking to create.
Front foot now, Hunter trying to play in Stratigakis, and Jung had to recover, finds Dagenet, and Ottawa calmly playing out of the back. For Toronto throw. Small. Heinz Burns on the right flank. Novak. Over top, but couldn't find a target in Hunter.
It's a really good idea from Novak as well, and she spoke about how her and Hunter have that chemistry off the pitch as well as on the pitch, and you can see it there. They're on the same page, just not quite executing the pass to perfection to be able to hit Hunter's head, but really good idea.
Long ball over top. Barnett covering that before Adamek could charge forward. And one back by the Rapid. Scott. Fridland, been quiet so far, finds Pridham. Tried to cut back against Rollins, she blocked that. Small, shielding, turning, switching. And Burns will slow things down. Great atmosphere at York Lions Stadium on Global Football Day. A steamy day, about 30 degrees. Feels a little warmer down at turf level.
Can't complain though, right? Because in a few months we're going to be complaining that it's getting too cold. So got to thrive in the heat currently. Of Chu just having to look over her shoulder and open up and find Forbes. Really look to stretch this AFC side. Their two front lines tend to be quite compact when it comes to defensive shape, a little bit narrow, so there is that opportunity to play around them and then drive forward to catch them off guard. Again, you're seeing the space on this far side with Chu and Forbes.
Ottawa content to play out of the back. AFC Toronto doing the same. Hunter. Harris in pursuit. Took a stab at it. Hunter gave the ball away to Forbes. Jung finding her way over to the right side. Nina Lee tried to squeak it by Rollins. Timely tackle. And here comes Rowe. Toronto in transition. Strategakis playing in Rowe. Harris nearly slipped. Got her foot back under her. Barnett, the cross in. Burns. Cleared, but not out of danger just yet. Jung finds Mina Lee. Now it's Ottawa. Moving up the pitch. Here is DB Pridham, 1v1 against Rollins, and enough of a disruption there by Rollins, and they'll go out for a goal kick. Sarah Rollins, the 21-year-old from Toronto, been tasked with dealing with a lot of the league's top strikers this season, and has done a very good job, whether it's Elise Bennett of Montreal or DB Pridham here against Ottawa.
Yeah, we've really seen her step up for AFC this year, Signa, and just that confidence that she has to be able to go up against these defenders like an absolute pro, forwards like an absolute pro. She knows exactly what she needs to do when she's going into these tackles, and you see there, just her presence alone gets into the head of DB Pridham a little bit and throws her off, and she's able to get her body position in front of DB and nothing coming out of it. So yeah, Sarah Rollins has been having a strong year so far.
Part of this very young AFC Toronto team. Just picked up two veteran signings ahead of the transfer window. Sabrina D'Angelo in net, and Shalina Zadorsky, who will join that back line later in July.
No biggie.
Just two Canadian national team players coming home to play on home soil. I'm sure we'll hear news from other clubs as the weeks go on towards the transfer window. Montreal, a couple big signings as well this week. Amy Aladou, the Canadian international, coming back home to play in Montreal. There's Kayla Adamek. And a call against DB Pridham.
Milanovic not too happy about the contact that DB Pridham has continuously put on his defenders. The one thing about her is she's going to compete and she's going to make a nuisance of herself. It's one of the reasons that she is such a fantastic player and so difficult to deal with.
Novak taking her space. As Barnett. Barnett gets the cross in, and Scott got it out of her feet to Mina. And there's DB Pridham shielding again, this time the call going against Cathro. Pridham shields the ball so well. As we mentioned, the Golden Boot winner last year, the most valuable player in the NSL. And that strong season earned her a call up into the Canadian women's setup, where she's been impressing Casey Stoney at that level as well.
It's well anticipated there.
Small driving forward, Stratigakis. A first time hit from Hunter and nowhere near the target.
She had a little bit more time than I think she thought she did. And you can see Nikki Small, she drives forward. Stratigakis gets on this ball, nice little slip ball through to Kaylee Hunter. She does have the time to just take one touch and maybe set herself up a little bit better to hit frame.
I mentioned the 30-degree heat. We will have a hydration break at York Lions Stadium, brought to you by Powerade. Making sure these players get their fuel and cold towels as well. That feels good on a hot day.
Those are the best. Put them on the back of your neck. Just cools you right down.
Chance for the coaches to just make any tactical tweaks that they see fit in this 1-1 game. Lauren Rowe, the goal scorer for AFC Toronto. And then Mina Lee countering for the Rapid. Don't forget to wear your colors loud and proud. Get your hands on a limited edition NSL Pride t-shirt at shop.nsl.ca. Back from the hydration break, ready to continue the rest of this first half. 20 minutes and change. Zoe Burns talks to her team in this deadlock. Dagenet pumps it up the pitch. Burns.
Seeing Novak quite active in finding those spaces, pulling out wide when necessary, getting on the ball, playing creator. And
fighting for the ball as well. Novak. earning her second straight start for AFC Toronto. And an assist on Kaylee Hunter's goal against Halifax. Here comes Barnett. Battling to keep it in. It will go out for a goal kick.
Good intervention there from the Rapid back line.
Liv Scott wearing the captain's armband this season, taking that from Desiree Scott, who retired after her season with the Rapid. And Liv Scott, a young leader, as Katrina Peterson says, but she's always there to help on and off the pitch, and has really taken that armband and done all the things you expect of a leader to do.
Well, and you can certainly see it on the pitch, even just the way she carries herself. And when she's on the ball, she's very poised and she has a confidence about her. When she's off the ball, she's directing people.
Dagenet off her line. Harris. That long probing ball over top had Ottawa started. They play backwards, and there's Harris again.
See her consistently looking for it, but again, AFC Toronto aware of that ball. Doing really well to shut it down.
Small. Drawing the foul. Jump the culprit there. Roy Soto on the ball now. Devastating hamstring tear at the end of last season took her out of the playoff picture. Had been playing in the center back role, right where Sarah Rollins had been playing. Provided a lot of communication up the middle. She's a big leader on the back line and has been awaiting her return. Marko Milanovic saying they were just taking their time. It's really hard to insert a player after such a long time back in the lineup. There's no way to kind of ease you into the game.
Definitely one way to do it up against the top team in the league.
Men are under pressure. Gets it as far as Jung. Here comes Chu. Chu Haiju.
See how compact AFC is.
Laying it off to Mellenhorst. Mellenhorst back to Pridham, and it's off the mark. Pridham doesn't miss many of those. And Mellenhorst again, who played a crucial role in the opening goal for Ottawa, nearly helped out with another one.
Pridham's going to be kicking herself when she watches that one back. You saw her initial reaction. She throws her head back. She knows she needs to do better with it. Just not quite able to keep it on frame. Novak trying to gain some extra yards.
So corner kick here for the Ottawa Rapid. If you've been watching them play lately, you know they've been hitting up these short corners. Here's Friedland. Red right away. Friedland has a shot on goal, right to Manor. They've been trying these short corners. Some of them worked. That one, not so much. It was pretty much telegraphed there.
I think it's a bit of an interesting choice to do every single time. There are obviously moments where you are able to catch a team off guard and you're in control in that moment, and you play that little ball and you're able to get a ball into the box. But I think in the moments where the team is turned on, you got to be aware that sometimes you just got to whip that ball in.
Ball out for an AFC throw. Strategakis trying to stay in the penalty area, make something happen. Strategakis has Novak. Small, skies it over the top of the bar. So 15 minutes to play in this opening half at York Lions Stadium. And it is a duel, as we would have expected between these two teams. 2-2-2 all time in Northern Super League history. Why not again today? Rollins' boot nearly hit DB Pridham in the forehead.
Certainly looked to be a bit of a high boot.
Hunter and Novak release. And a nice little ball into Rowe. Lauren Rowe, 1v1. Plays it back to Stratigakis. On running Barnett! And Rowe had a stab at that, goes wide. Barnett was gonna wind up and hit that.
See how great that off-ball movement was from AFC. Everyone getting forward, numbers in the box. Some nice IQ on display there.
He won it back from Small, but Small never gives up on a ball, nearly got that back. Here's Novak. Rollins under pressure from DB Pridham. AFC hemmed in. They managed to get out on that ball from Cathro. And the combination play of Novak and Stratigakis. Here's Burns. Burns has Rowe, opens up, strikes it, and couldn't nick it inside the near post. Opened up the right way.
She has to be able to go back across her body here. So this is well done from Burns. She finds Rowe, but can she go back across the opposite way to beat Dagenais? Burns also having the option to play Novak on the far side. We're seeing a lot of dangerous combination play up front for AFC Toronto, and we're seeing them come alive. A very good front-footed approach so far in this match, Signa. But can they execute a little bit better and be a little sharper in those moments when they are in and around the 18 on dangerous chances?
Ottawa with some combination of their own. Mina. Pridham. Jung. Novak. That defensive recovery coming all the way back into this defensive third.
See just how difficult AFC is to break down, especially when they drop into that back five. It's sort of like a shield that you're trying to break down. So can there be more movement from Ottawa? Can there be more numbers from Ottawa getting forward? A little too slow to be able to get numbers up there to compete with the amount of numbers that AFC has. So can they do that a little quicker and be a little sharper in their decision making to really stretch that AFC back line?
Handball called. Just joining us, Lauren Rowe has the goal for AFC Toronto in the 3rd minute before Mina Lee converted a beauty just outside the box. 13 minutes into the match. So 1-1 is where we stand with 10 minutes to play. The opening half full of attacking agility from both teams. Jung, the top pass was off, and Chu will be called for the foul on Nikki Small. Knocks that out of bounds. Soto looking for the long ball. Not on this time. Mellenhorst in that pocket of space. Now pushing forward, Mina Lee. Strategakis in recovery. Closes down Mina Lee. Has to slow her down. Here's Adamek. Fridlin, been quiet in this opening half. Tackled by Small. Chu. Shot from distance, headed away by Soto. And that'll be out for a corner kick. So things picking up here in the favor of the Ottawa Rapid.
Saw some good combination play there from the Rapid. Just a bit of patience, and you see Chu look up. She's got a bit of space. She tries it from distance. We have seen her strike quite a bit of balls from that distance and really connect well. Just not quite what she wanted on that one, but they do have a corner kick, so another big opportunity coming.
Away! And it's sent in. Went over the head of two Ottawa players. Here's Jung. Right in that sweet spot as well. DB Pridham tried to get on the head there. And Sophia Manor picks it up.
So close. The vision was there. It was a great ball in. Just a little bit too far for Pridham to be able to connect with it.
Free kick the way of the Ottawa Rapid. We'll see who lines up on this kick. Small helping to organize the wall for AFC Toronto. Jaleesa Harris. It's kind of in that awkward territory. So we'll see what Harris does here. Little chip over top. Lies it in flat. Pridham had a shot, it was blocked. Trying to plow her way through was Pridham, and AFC Toronto clears it away. 5 minutes to play in this opening half. Harris. Ball headed across goal, and Burns had to deal with that because Forbes was tippy-toeing right behind her.
Seeing Rapid really pick it up and put AFC Toronto on their heels for the last couple minutes. See this free kick back again. As you mentioned, Signa, not sure what she was going to do. Was she going to strike on frame? She opts to play it on the ground. Pridham fighting, but AFC ultimately able to get that ball out.
And we'll see a corner kick here for the Ottawa Rapid. Fridland. In swinger. Johanna Fridland drives the ball, looking near post, cleared away. The ball hangs for Small.
It's well done from Forbes.
Wins it back. Mellenhorst. Adamek. Whoa! What a strike that was. Didn't miss by much. And Sophia Manor was ready and waiting. But Adamek got a hold of that one.
We've seen it a couple times now. The first time it came off from Mina, but there's this recognition from the Ottawa Rapid right now of where AFC Toronto is and how far back they're dropping to stay in their unit, and they're striking from distance. What a strike from Kayla Adamek.
Better save from Manor. Far post now. Manor had a hand on it, and it just went by the far post. So Liv Scott had a shot with her head there, but just goes wide.
It's a good delivery in, and you see Manor coming to that back post, gets caught up. Liv Scott getting up, just not quite able to get that in the back of the goal, but she makes great contact with it.
The goal kick here, the waning minutes of this opening half. Cathro's pass picked off. A quick cross in, Rollins handled it. Mellenhorst, the shot! Mina to DB Bridham, it was blocked by Burns. Mina Lee tried to share the wealth and maybe wasn't the right decision, even though it was going to last year's Golden Boot winner. Gave AFC time to recover.
Well done from Zoe Burns to be exactly where she needed to be and well timed to shut down Pridham. But Mina needs to be selfish in those moments. You're in around the 6, you're by yourself. Can you just simply turn and strike that into goal? And you can see it here. She beats Manor. Zoe Burns is exactly where she needs to be though, right on the back of Pridham.
AFC Toronto holding DB Pridham at bay so far. AFC Toronto kick in their own end. Troy Soto head up. Burns back to Rollins. Barnett breaking forward. There's Rowe, tried to get it across. Jung picked that off, but Novak back on it. Here's Kaylee Hunter. Can she make something happen before the half? Hunter blocked by Chu. Forbes thought she was clipped there. Throw in for Toronto as they try and make something happen right before the half. And holding off Ottawa is now their opportunity. Rowe turned, and Kira Mellenhorst caught with her arm wrapped over Rose, so a free kick here for AFC.
A little too obvious there for Mellenhorst for it not to be called. It's dangerous territory though, especially when you have an in-swinger like Colby Barnett.
Three minutes of added time. Is there a goal to come in added time? AFC Toronto, it's Colby Barnett. Far post, over top of Kaylee Hunter.
Some good pace on that, and as well as some good whip, but just a little bit over hit for where AFC had their run. As you see Kaylee Hunter jump up and attempt to get that, but it's very difficult to make contact with the ball when you're jumping backwards.
Novak, nice turn, has the strike, just by the far post. Dagenet had it covered, but Novak has been looking for goal, had that strike early in the match.
She's she's been doing really well. She's been coming alive for them in the final third. You see a nice little turn from her, and then a confident strike, just a little bit, not enough behind it to really test Dagenais and keep it on frame. But the mentality's there. She's definitely been knocking Signa.
Calming things down in the back to Harris, who looks over top again. It's Rollins and Pridham dueling it out. Pridham looking for goal, that's off the mark.
Seeing the frustration grow from this AFC back line. Pridham going into every tackle, 100%.
About a minute left in added time here in the opening half. AFC Toronto will shift over. Scott wins the ball in the air, finds its way to Forbes. Cuts inside.
Not sure why she's not utilizing the space on the flank. Can she open up and can she go to her left?
Jung touches off. And Novak's pushing forward. 3-on-3. Novak waiting for a runner here. Has Rowe. Rowe, the shot goes off of Scott and out for a corner kick. So a late corner kick here for AFC Toronto. Perhaps the last play of this opening half. And they play it short. Small, driving to the line. Stratigakis blocked by Mellenhorst. Burns dancing over the ball. Scott again. Commanding her back line and managing to hold off AFC Toronto in this last bit of added time. But a 1-1 game, Jess Lisi, in this opening half.
I think it was a fairly even opening half. You saw in the beginning of that first half, Signa, how AFC Toronto came out on the front foot. They were the team that was really commanding as far as creating dangerous chances, but you had Ottawa who had more possession, and then it sort of shifted a little bit after the goal for Ottawa Rapid. They started to really come alive and create more dangerous opportunities, and then near the end again, more of a shift towards AFC Toronto. So a very equal half. I think both these teams are showing us that they really want to find the back of the net.
Well, Lauren Rowe has the goal for AFC Toronto. Mina Lee has the goal for the Ottawa Rapid. It's deadlocked at 1, but we've got 45 minutes left to play. Stay with us.
Are you ready?
Living in 5D, living in 2D. Refuse to think what could be. Darkness speaks in the shadow. Still with this like Ado. I'm not key for it, yeah, let's go. No need for it, here we are. There's no need for this, but here we are. Oh yes we are. Oh yes we are. I'm not keen for it, but here we are. Oh yes we are. Oh yes we are. There's no need for this, but here we are. Oh yes we are. Oh yes we are. Here we are. But here we are. But here we are. All we need is peace. All we need is silence. Oh yes we are. There's no need for this, but here we are. Oh yes we are. Oh yes we are. Here we are.
Good ball through, and there's the second goal. D.B. Pridham.
You
had a heck of a season. Golden Boot, Player of the Year, Team of the Season.
Yeah, I feel like honestly I still haven't processed it. It was such an amazing year, and it's been like a continuous momentum that I've been rolling on. It's a team sport. I couldn't have done anything without the support that I've received. So grateful for that and for the season that I had.
DB Pridham, the scoring sensation.
What can't I say about DB Pridham? Honestly, my first day in training last year, me and her went into a battle, and I called my friends after and I said, oh God, me and her are gonna get into it all year in training.
I mean, I feel like all the center backs in the league are kind of just like on my back.
I don't want to go against her every day in games, so I'm happy to have her on my team. And in training, we can just make each other better every day.
Ball in the penalty area, flicked on. This is DB again, and it is a brace.
Accomplishing what I did last year is only made me more excited for the years to come, to just grow on that momentum and continue to keep pushing for more and wanting more. It is limitless, and I can keep achieving and keep pushing for higher and higher standards.
I've never quite met somebody who is so committed to putting the ball in the back of the net, and she finds the back of the net. And I think that find a way factor, not everyone has, and she does.
You know, pressure's a part of the game, especially when you're a striker. That's your job, to put the ball in the back of the net. I think pressure's a privilege. I like being that person that the team depends on to put the ball in the back of the net. That's what I was brought to Rapid to do, so I'm going to continue to do that and help my team win.
Do you feel pressure to repeat this season what you accomplished last season?
I obviously have my individual goals, and it's okay to have that pressure. Everyone is asking about it, but it's not stressing me out or freaking me out. I think it's more of just a fun thing. So I'm excited for it, and I'm ready for it.
Huh. We've already got tons of WestJet points.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should we?
I'm booking it.
Your next travel story is waiting. Make it happen with the all-new WestJet Rewards.
You're watching the NSL Halftime Show presented by BMO, the official bank of the NSL. Well, fans on hand at York Lions Stadium treated to a 1-all game so far in this Battle of Ontario. And lots of chances for both teams, but the goals were pretty nice, Jess Lisi. Let's take a look at how we got to this point. And it was AFC Toronto in the 3rd minute getting it going.
Well, we saw AFC Toronto come out on the front foot right away. Nikki Small drives forward, is able to find Hunter, who slips that ball through to Rowe, who takes a touch and is able to put it away past Dagenet to the front post. Short side goal, but this is so well done from AFC Toronto. You can tell right from that first minute, they wanted it.
But not to be outdone, it was the Ottawa Rapid with this beauty.
Some nice little tiki-taka soccer leading up to that. Some great combination play. Mina Lee, her ability to float, find the ball, and then her run afterwards. She just continuously moves, gets back on the ball, and strikes it so beautifully past Manor. My goodness, what a goal. And we spoke about the quality that she has in the tight areas, but she certainly is a threat at all times.
2 goals for Mina Lee on the season, and Katrina Peterson's side evens things up after 45 minutes. A look at your first half statistics, and pretty even.
I mean, I think that tells the story of the first half, right? We saw Ottawa with control. They were able to possess it through their back line and have that patience aspect, which is where I think that number is why that number is a little higher. But AFC Toronto was very purposeful with the possession that they did have. They were constantly threatening Cigna. So yeah, absolutely. I think it was a very even first half overall.
So an even first half. What will the second half have in store? The fans want to know. We want to know as well. Well, stay with us. We have more from our halftime show. You're watching the Northern Super League. Kick it to Hunter. Hunter going 1v1, looking for the strike. Oh!
I think from the moment I was 3 years old and I first touched a soccer ball, that's where it all began. There's not a day that, if it's a bad day, go play soccer. If it's a good day, go play soccer. Everything just turns to soccer. I've always kind of been the youngest on whatever team I play on. I think I come from a family of 3 older brothers, so I'm kind of used to being the youngest. I moved away when I was 15. That's when I moved to Vancouver, so it was a young age, and it was definitely a sacrifice leaving my family behind and kind of fully committing to the sport. Even like I was at 15, I didn't know what kind of future that I had in it, but it was a sacrifice I was willing to make because I loved the game so much. Definitely being with AFC, an older group of girls, I think gaining a lot of experience from the people I'm surrounded with has been super helpful. I enjoy being the youngest, and there's always jokes around that, but I think once I'm on the field and like the way I perform, I think I hold myself to high standards, and when you would watch, you wouldn't think that I'm that young.
Kaylee Hunter's super secret power is confidence. I think the confidence that she brings, like not being scared of anything at that age, is something not a lot of people know or see, or they just assume she's older because of the way she carries herself.
I think people looking at me as the future, I think it's a kind of motivation, being that they look up to me now, but me in a few years, if I keep on going the path that I am, how much I'm really capable of and how much I can change this game. So I try to focus on that and just being an inspiration for young girls and people around this country who realize that this league and what we're building here in Canada is so massive, and that this is only the beginning, that there's so much more potential for us, and it's only going to get bigger as the years go on. So I like to kind of be that person who people can look up to, and yeah, it's just a huge honor for people to say that about me, and it's something that I want to continue to be able to do for people, is allow them to look up to me.
Welcome back to our NSL halftime show presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. Beautiful day in Toronto for this Battle of Ontario against the Ottawa Rapid. It's been an exciting month for AFC Toronto forward Lauren Rowe, the native of Conception Bay, South Newfoundland and Labrador. 60% of her team goals. She's scored 3 goals in 3 matches. It's earned her Player of the Month for the NSL, and we had a chance to catch up with her earlier. Lauren, you were named the NSL's Player of the Month as voted by the sporting directors from around the league. I'm wondering what that says about the work you've been putting in behind the scenes.
It feels really great to get that recognition. I feel like I've come a long way since signing last year, and that's attributed to all the players on my team who've pushed me this far and my coaches. So it's really a special recognition to get.
A year ago, you were playing in League One Ontario, and you've established yourself now as a goal scorer in this league. What do you think you need to do to continue the success you've had so far?
I think I just got to keep focusing on what I'm strong at and not let off the gas. Still be really aggressive in the final third and focus on my strengths.
Well, as the NSL's Player of the Month, you get a $500 DoorDash gift card. So congratulations on that, and congratulations on your success this season.
Thank you so much. I'm super grateful.
Well, Lauren Rowe has the goal. She's the NSL Player of the Month after all, so why wouldn't it be her? It's a 1-1 game against the Ottawa Rapid with 45 minutes left to play, and our halftime show continues after this.
Hi, I'm Diana Matheson, legend of the field and founder of the Northern Super League. Are you wondering where to watch Northern Super League matches live this season? Confused by TV networks, channels, streams, and schedules? You could visit NSL.ca and download the 2026 schedule to your smartphone, but who's got time for that? Not me. That's why we're introducing the 2026 Northern Super League game schedule hotline. Just dial 1-833-NSL Live and we'll tell you where to watch every match. It's simple, it's easy. It's like the opposite of AI. No, seriously, call it. They made me pre-record all the weekly messages, and we have like 80 matches.
Call the NSL schedule hotline now. 1-833-NSL Live. That's 1-833-NSL Live. It's free, it's real, and yes, you can leave us a message. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us your favorite team. Tell us why everyone should watch the Northern Super League. Call now, find out where and when to watch, and tune in.
signings in the Northern Super League ahead of the summer transfer window, including AFC Toronto welcoming Canadian Olympic champion and national team member Shelina Zadorsky. We spoke with her earlier. Shelina, first off, welcome home. I know this is a question you've been asked a lot, but did you ever picture yourself playing pro soccer on home soil?
Thank you so much for the gracious welcome home. I've felt the love since I've been back, which has been really special. And no, it wasn't something that I fathomed being an option. You know, growing up and knowing that we'd go to university, go overseas, and now having this option here it's incredible to see the growth even in the second season here, and I'm so excited to be a part of it.
You're wearing that AFC Toronto gear already. We won't see you in action until later on this month, but I know you've been training with the team. What are your impressions so far?
Yeah, it's been great to get some sessions in with the team, and I'm loving the energy, the vibe, the competitiveness, and just, yeah, speaking to Marco and Billy before making the decision, it just felt like the right fit. They want to push their players, they want to get the best out of them, and yeah, it's been a seamless transition so far, and yeah, I'm just excited to do what I can for the club.
You're joining the youngest team in the league. I'm wondering what a leader like yourself, who's been to Olympics, who's been to World Cups, can contribute in terms of that leadership role.
Yeah, let me not age myself too much here, but definitely the oldest, and yeah, I take that with pride though, because all the experience, and yeah, no, regardless of age, I think the group really connects well, and I hope to just, yeah, encourage them to be their best selves and bring a level of professionalism and competitiveness to the group, and also just be there for everyone, whatever role they play in the team. I think I have a lot of experience in playing different roles, and I want to be a leader who is always there for the team.
Thanks so much for this, Shelina. We're looking forward to watching you as soon as you hit the pitch.
Thank you so much. So excited.
Zadorsky, a native of London, Ontario, has a stacked resume. Almost 120 caps for the Canadian women's national team. Two-time Olympic medalist, Women's World Cup. She's been there twice and, of course, been a captain at the highest level over in the WSL. Well, it's a 1-1 game. 45 left to play at York Lions Stadium in the Battle of Ontario. It's Lauren Rowe with the goal for AFC Toronto. Mina Lee with the goal for the Ottawa Rapid. And so far, just one substitution to tell you about, and that is on the side of the Ottawa Rapid. We'll see Mel Forbes come out of the match. Florence Belzile coming in. So just one little change to tell you about, but I have a feeling this game is not going to be decided in that first half. Jess Lisi?
I have a very similar feeling. I think we're in for an exciting match. We're all even here, but as I said, that first half, there was a lot of a front-footed approach from both sides. They came in hungry, and you could tell that they were searching for that second goal, and I certainly think we are going to see it in the second half.
There is the second half substitution. Florence Belzile coming in again for Melanie Forbes. Belzile already with a goal and an assist on the season. As we mentioned, Ottawa, the top offensive team with 24 goals, well now 25 goals on the season, 12 different goal contributors. AFC Toronto giving up the fewest goals in the league with 9. Actually, that's tied with the Halifax Tides, but going into this game. But the battle at the top of the table still very much on the minds of both of these teams as we kick off the second half on Global Football Day at York Lions Stadium. Mickey Small moving forward. Ball out of bounds for a throw-in. Off that pass. Here's Mina Lee. In pursuit is Small. Small, one of those signature tackles. That's why she's the tackles leader in the NSL. Hunter. Into Novak. Novak cutting back. The cross in. Jung clears it. So action early on.
Seen a bit of transition from both sides in that first half, and it's something that the Ottawa Rapid is being very mindful of today. As last time they played AFC Toronto, they got caught quite a few times because of poor attacking balance. So it's something that Coach Peterson mentioned that they've continuously worked on, not just heading into this match, but across the season. That's been a focus for them, and something that they're wary of today against a team like AFC Toronto, who has such good offensive players.
Cathro clears the ball to Harris. The Polish international, bringing it down. Mellenhorst. Knocked over by Adamek. It'll be an AFC Toronto throw.
Seen early on in this half that the Rapid is looking to really utilize this flank, and that's something that for anybody that caught their last matchup against the Calgary Wild, that was an area in which they thrived. Adamek being able to get forward, create those overloads, whether you had Mina coming across, it was Mellenhorst, you had Friedland. So many bright moments coming from that flank, and they didn't utilize it quite enough in the first half, those wide areas on both sides. So can they do that in this second half to really help unlock and just sort of disjoint this really organized back line that AFC Toronto has been showing?
Jung closed down by Stratigakis, a little late on the challenge. Scott played in over top. That'll run long.
Some good awareness there from Colby Barnett. Recognizes what she needs to do, drops as that ball is going over top, doesn't allow any space for Adamek to be able to beat her to it.
Out of the back there, just a little bit too much on the pass to Colby Barnett from Stratigakis. Chu has Pridham. Pridham, the shot. That's wide. Little deflection though. Referee Yusri Rudolph seeing that.
Pridham hungry for her first chance. Quick turn and tries to strike that, just not quite able to keep it on target, but there is a deflection as well, so they're able to get and win this corner kick. Can they get something on it?
Friedland. Again on the corner. Knocking it in, goes near post. Liv Scott was lurking. Friedland, high looping ball and off the side netting.
Dangerous delivery into the box, well struck.
Sarah Rollins down on one knee. We'll take another look at this corner kick from Joanna Friedland.
Looks like she catches that ball straight to the side of the head. saw Nikki Small and Croy Soto pointing to their heads.
So Sarah Rollins getting checked up on. 21-year-old, pardon me, from Toronto. He's played every minute for AFC Toronto at that center back role this season.
Has done well this matchup as well to really limit Pridham.
Manager for the Ottawa Rapid, Danish Football Hall of Famer Katrina Peterson said she hadn't seen her team really hit their ceiling yet until their last game against Calgary Wild, and she felt they really put things together. It was a 3-1 game. May have been a little bit more, Talbert with some good saves and a few missed chances, but she was very pleased with the way her team performed, and that's good news there for AFC Toronto. Sarah Rollins on her feet.
Well, just off of your point, Signa, yeah, they had a very complete performance. They were creating a lot. I keep talking about their movement off the ball, but that's something that makes them so great, and that's why they're so dangerous and hard to deal with when they come forward and when they're running at your back line. We also talked about the amount of contributors that are able to find the back of the net and threaten. And then defensively, they've been on the same page. They're really cohesive in what needs to be done. They have that needed role clarity and who needs to step and when they need to step as a unit or when they need to hold and drop. So absolutely, they're coming off of a really strong performance, and we're seeing a lot of great things from them in this matchup as well. There's an equal amount of confusion amongst both sides.
Ball to the Rapid. Maybe it was an early whistle from the referee. No matter, play continues. Melzil, Mellenhorst. Good recovery from Stratigakis. And Manor clears the ball up. As far as Harris and Scott. Fridland. Tackled by Nikki Small, AFC Toronto captain.
It's well intervened there from Fridland.
Looking for DB Pridham. Sarah Rollins back on the field, back defending and stopping the prolific Pridham.
Not enough accuracy or execution there to beat a player like Scott. Spoke about Rollins, but you're seeing even when Pridham is dropping very low to be able to find and make space for herself, get on that ball back to goal, Rollins is right there, not allowing her any sort of luxury to have even a second of time or space to create anything.
Throw in for Burns. Zoe Burns, a dual national. Small sliding it through. That's Hunter. Hunter going against Harris. Hunter blocked by Harris.
It's really well defended from Harris. She's a very difficult player to beat 1v1. but Kaylee Hunter does really well to drive forward here. She finds the space, she pulls out some moves, but Harris just in the end gets the better of the tackle, is able to read the play.
And Mina Lee moving forward, has Pridham! And Barnett gets it away, not before Belzile has the strike. Manor stops that. All kinds of action in the penalty area. But in the end, nothing at the back of the mesh. Corner kick coming up here for the Ottawa Rapid. Let's take another look at that succession of play.
It's a great ball in. It gets by Manor. Friedland's not able to get there, and then Belzile strikes on frame. That's really well done for Manor to stay in it, stay engaged, and ultimately not allow that ball into the back of her net.
Colby Barnett still catching her breath after blocking that. Here comes Friedland, the corner.
Oh my God, no way.
And a foul. I believe that's on DB Pridham on Croy Soto. Across the back, Soto gets that out to Hunter. Nice tackle by Chu. Mellenhorst going the other way. Small in pursuit. Belzile gets the cross in, headed away by Rollins. Adamek blocked by Strategakis. Bodies flying all over the place, and we will have a free kick at the top of the box.
Who's right in the midst of the chaos?
And we've just seen a red card for Colby Barnett. And we'll get further clarification of what happened there. But the referee for today's match, Yusri Rudolph, handing a red card to Colby Barnett, a key player for AFC Toronto. Barnett. They have said something to the official is what our word on the field level is. And we do have a free kick and dangerous position here. So AFC Toronto down to 10 players. Free kick outside the box in a 1-1 game. It's Jaleesa Harris and Mellenhorst. Harris hammers it! What a save by Sophia Manor, coming up big! Harris had a real go here.
She strikes that so well, so much power, but brilliant save from Manor, coming up huge.
Friedland, corner kick. And the header by Scott just over top. Well, what a sequence of events we've had in the last 2 minutes here at York Lions Stadium. So a free kick was awarded at the top of the box, and in that ensuing discussion. Colby Barnett given a red card. So AFC Toronto down to 10 players for the remainder of this match. The next 25 minutes. Small does very well to get out of trouble there, and Mellenhorst should receive a card for that tug, and does.
You see it again, such a brilliant touch from Small to be able to beat the pressure of two Ottawa Rapid players. Mellenhorst just ultimately pulling her by the jersey.
Game. Both goals coming in the opening half. Small. Over top. Has Kaylee Hunter. One touch. The shot. Oh, off the woodwork. Kaylee Hunter got a hold of that, but couldn't get past the crossbar. And Dagenet gathers that and gathers her breath because she was beaten, but not the crossbar. Ottawa in transition now. Fridlin through to Pridham. Stopped by Manor. Pridham's down. And Croy Soto will take a few breaths, clear this up. Pridham went in hard there against Sophia Manor. And Manor also down. So a heavy collision by both players. Let's take a look at AFC Toronto's chance first.
I mean, Nikki Small and that creator brain of hers, she finds Kaylee Hunter who makes a great run. Kaylee Hunter opts for power. She does pick the right corner, but can she just simply place it? And then down on the other end, you see Pridham drive forward. Manor with a huge stop, comes out and challenges it. And Mina Lee not enough behind it on the rebound where Croy Soto is able to regain possession.
Pridham back on her feet. She's taken a few heavy knocks today. DB Pridham never one to shy away from a tackle. Sophia Manor still down on the turf. Manor 5 starts on the season, 2 clean sheets, a couple big saves here today, including that one on DB Pridham.
And that defensive organization aspect that we spoke about Toronto being so strong in is something that's really going to have to come into play now, being a man down with an Ottawa Rapid side that is really hungry, that is looking to break through and get that second goal of the match. But as we saw moments ago, that doesn't mean that AFC Toronto is out of this. Kaylee Hunter with a fantastic run, just not quite able to keep it down and find the back of the net.
Danny Krasaniak warming up. Krasaniak's been in 2 games this season. Very athletic keeper from Caledon, Ontario. Hunter. A miss at her miss. Sophia Manor getting her leg checked out. So Krasaniak warming up just in case Manor's unable to continue. Can tell you Manor is back on her feet. Just testing out, a little tender on that right leg. She's been active today though, hasn't she, Jess? She's made some big saves, including this one.
She's come up big multiple times, as you said, Signa. This save specifically, my goodness, so strong from her, confident, is able to push that over top and just wide. But you see her stay engaged, she's ready. and then strong hands to put that over top of the bar.
Taken off the gloves, so it looks like Manor will be able to continue. And we're back underway. It's a 1-1 game at York Lions Stadium. AFC Toronto and the Ottawa Rapid. This NSL broadcast brought to you by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. The goals came in the first half. Lauren Rowe for AFC Toronto, 3 minutes in. 10 minutes later, it was Mina Lee for Ottawa. And that's the way we stand. Toronto, though, down to 10 players after the red card to Colby Barnett. Dissension. Hunter able to win it back. There's Stratigakis. Stratigakis slips into Hunter. And Adamak got enough of a foot on it to make sure that didn't turn into anything. But Toronto down with 10 players. You'd never guess it right now. And that'll be a free kick for AFC Toronto.
They're looking to threaten. They haven't given up, and that's exactly what you need in these moments, right? A lot of it is a part of the mentality. You know you have the quality out there. Can you execute what needs to be executed? And you can see there just a little bit of a foul on the back of Stratigakis from Belzile. But a big opportunity here for Toronto.
Melissa Dagenet setting up her wall. Novak on the ball for Toronto. Cleared away by Harris. Looking on his team. Down to 10 players. Been battling here. And a couple substitutions, some fresh legs for AFC Toronto, some adjustments as well. To be sure, April Lantain coming into the match. Sarah Stratigakis taking a seat. Zoe Burns taking a seat. And Olivia Chisholm also coming in. Here's AFC Toronto on the go. That's Nyota Katembo also making an appearance for the first time since the end of May, pardon me. Chisholm. Rowe. Shot from distance. Goes by Dagenet. So there's a look at your substitutions. So Kai Novak coming out, Zoe Burns, Sarah Stratigakis, and in Lantain, Katembo, and Chisholm.
Well, it certainly doesn't hurt to have some fresh legs in the mix, especially being a man down.
$20 minutes to play, plus definitely some added time in this game, a few injuries and stoppages. But 1-1 is where we stand right now. At the same time, these two teams met earlier this season at TD Place. That was the score line. Jung to Chu. Cross in at the top of the box. There was Belzile. And Manor punched that away. Not sure she needed to do that. And Sadie Waite into the game for Ottawa. Sadie Waite into the match on that right flank for Kayla Adamek. We've normally seen Sadie Waite play more in the central role in the midfield, so this will be showing her flexibility as a first-year professional out of Nebraska.
We've also seen that athleticism and that technique that she does have going forward, especially when you do have that ability to create those overloads on the flank.
Oh, in the box, there's Belzile. The header just goes past the touch line.
Belzile, just one of the many players that Ottawa has up front that creates a huge threat. We know that the Rapid have a lot of attacking depth, specifically in those flank areas. It's something that Coach Peterson has mentioned to us over the past couple seasons, Signa.
Ball staying in bounds. We will go back to Scott. Harris. Chu. Cross in. And Manners right there before Pridham could get a toe in there.
Bit of pulling there from Chisholm on the arm of Mellenhorst.
Harris. Just under the foot of Pridham. They're taking her time. Small wins that. Skipped over Hunter. Free kick at center field. Looks like it's against DB Pridham. Quite the battle today between Rollins and Pridham. Lantain. Couldn't beat Waite. Sadie Waite. A little too much on the pass. Both teams, the tempo that we've seen in spots during this game has faded a little bit. Could be the heat. Could be the disruption in play. We've seen a few stoppages in the second half.
These are also the moments where you need to let the ball do the work for you. Can you send those balls over top? Yeah, absolutely, but it's going to be quite difficult at times to require your striker to make those runs time and time again. They are still catching their breath. As you mentioned, heat is always going to be a factor. So can you pick the moments to do that? Of course, they're going to be on for both sides, as we've seen, but can they let the ball do the work? Can they keep it? Can they be patient and then pick their moments to really break down the opponent?
And another long ball over top. Here's Harris. Pridham. Ball taken away. And Rowe went down. She wanted a call. Tembo. To Hunter. Rowe. And went out of the touch line. That'll be a goal kick. Hydration break coming up. Players need it. 30 degrees at York Lions Stadium. Hydration break brought to you by Powerade. As Marko Milanovic talks to his team, down to 10 players, of course. In a tie game. They've had their opportunities since then, though, to even get ahead. And so have Ottawa.
Yeah, they've both done well. AFC Toronto has done well despite being a man down and looking to see where those gaps are. You saw that ball over top. Nikki Small with the recognition to play it. Kaylee Hunter with a great timed run. You're also seeing that hunger from AFC Toronto still. It hasn't dwindled at all despite them being down a man. So this is the kind of mentality that's going to carry them through to that final moment. Can they keep that up, and can they capitalize on the opportunities? And then when you look at an Ottawa Rapid side, they are in control in a way. They have that advantage. Can they take advantage of the extra man? Can they play and possess the ball to break down an AFC side that is ultimately going to have to be very organized and cohesive in their defensive shape? So can they pick those moments, and then can they execute in the final third and find the back of the net?
13 minutes to play plus stoppage time, of course. Substitution coming to the match for the Ottawa Rapid. And Johanna Fridlin will be exiting the game. Nicola Golan coming in. And a couple substitutions for AFC Toronto as well. We'll see Esther Okoronkwo enter the game, and Kayla Hansen also entering the match. So Lauren Rowe out, Croy Soto, her first minutes of the season. That's gotta feel good after 7 months off. You see her teammates congratulating her. That means a lot.
It's not the easiest of games to step into, so well done for Croy Soto.
And pardon me, it'll be Chu exiting the game for Nicola Golan coming in. From Toronto. So in front of friends and family today. Harris, that's a nice ball over top. Just gotta away from Golan. And Katembo drawing the foul. Goal on the season. Harvard Crimson. Scott to White. To Harris. Mina. Lantain chasing her back.
Seeing that far side wide open.
For an AFC Toronto throw.
This needs to be a little sharper from the Rapid in those moments. Can they take care of the ball better? Can they do the simple things right and execute the 5-10 yard passes?
Tackle there by Hunter.
So just another look at it there. Kaylee Hunter just backing up, golden coin over top of her back.
but not soon enough. It's just a little bit of ping pong out there right now. Here's Okoronkwo. Okoronkwo dancing. And finding Tembo. Tembo now drawing the foul on Fridland. Fridland, her native Norway, playing England right now in the World Cup. You know, she doesn't want any tips on how that game's going. Okoronkwo laying the ball in. That's Small. Cutting back. Nikki Small blocked. Mellenhorst got a timely block in there.
AFC continuing to threaten. Esther Okoronkwo coming in and right away playing creator. You see her get on the ball.
Again, Okoronkwo. Making things happen. Cathro. Mellenhorst lets that ride.
Kaylee Hunter, though, seeing it right till it's out. Again, that mentality, we're really seeing it come alive for AFC Toronto, just how bad they want to walk away with a win and fight to that final moment.
Less than 10 minutes to play in this game. Deadlocked at 1. Haven't seen a goal since the opening 13 minutes. An uneven second half. We'll see if one of these teams can come alive in the final minutes to take home those 3 points. Harris over top. Not going to work. Manners there.
Spoke about that ball over top. There's moments to play it, and there's also a moment to recognize that there isn't enough space, that AFC Toronto is dropping quite low. They're taking away that space in behind. So can they move the ball at pace amongst that back line to help engage the first line of AFC Toronto's defense and then break them down from there?
Ball played quickly. It's to Okoronkwo. Okoronkwo and Mellenhorst pokes it out for a corner kick. But that little drag move that Okoronkwo can do, and you just never know if she's going to curl it into the top corner of the net. Have to respect it.
And Olivia Scott doing really well to keep her feet. Doesn't allow Okoronkwo to create anything or get the shot off. Sees it out. But this is a big opportunity. Again, we've spoken about how much these set pieces are able to disrupt the game. And this is an opportunity for AFC Toronto to turn this thing around.
In swinger from April Lantain. Lantain strikes it. It's high, right to the 12-yard marker. Katembo. Wasn't a lot of juice on that pass, and Hansen was able to get to it. Ball in. Again, Mellenhorst clearing it away.
Seen a great change of pace there from Katembo. Gets this ball across, tries to find the feet of Okoronkwo, but Mellenhorst is there. Her recovery runs have been spot on.
Another corner kick from Lantain. Driven in, headed away by Scott. Katembo scoops it in, and Harris clears it away. Ottawa moving up as a unit. Golan. And the cross was knocked out for a corner kick. So Fridland will come to the corner flag. will exit the game, and that is Jasmine Wilkinson, who picked up a goal last week. Provides a target up front, and she's on it! It's not Wilkinson, but it is DB Pridham. She's been looking for a goal all day, and she gets one here and gives her team the lead in the late minutes of this game.
You said it, Six. She has been looking for a goal all game long, trying to make herself available. She's been playing creator a little bit, but she finally gets on the end of one, and it's a great goal at that. And we'll see it here. It's a great delivery into the box. And she times her jump, and she's able to put that right past Manor. There's no chance Manor's able to get on that. Well executed, great technique, and very well timed header from Pridham.
7th goal of the season for DB Pridham, last year's Golden Boot winner. But there's still going to be time left in this game for AFC Toronto to push, even though they're down to 10 players. Where there's one goal, usually another one comes in quick succession when these two teams play against each other. Belzil to Wilkinson. Back to Belzil. Rollins got a little piece of it, but it'll nearly go out for a corner kick. Manor was right on it. And she'll get that up the field as quick as she can. Taken down by Okoronkwo and out for an AFC throw. Okoronkwo turning goal in. Okoronkwo may have had a case there. Looked like a two-arm on the back of Okoronkwo by Golan, but no call.
Definitely did look to be some contact, but we'll see it again here. Yeah, there seems to be a bit of a two-handed shove on Okoronkwo. In the end, the referee ultimately decides that there's nothing in it. And the crowd seems to feel strongly about it.
Yellow card handed out to Marko Milanovic. We've got in the referee's book. Wait. Jones. Okoronkwo. 50 move to Lantain. Lantain needs some targets, and Dagenet easily collects that.
You said it, Signa. Not enough runners in the box for Lantain to be able to find a target. She attempts to whip that in, but Dagenet able to come out and win that.
Dagenet under pressure. Lantain does well to get in there. Gets the throw, and there's Okoronkwo. Back heel to Lantain. Small. Nikki Small trying to find an opening. Has Katembo. Katembo cuts back. Small. The shot on goal just over top. And out of nothing, Nikki Small gave her team an opportunity to equalize just over top of the bar.
AFC continuing to find some great movement in these opportunities out of nothing. As you said, Signa, Nikki Small striking that, just getting under it, not able to quite keep it down.
Manor well out of her box. Hansen earning the foul. You'll see on your screen there 8 minutes of added time. We're just 1 minute into that, so lots of time left in this game.
Jung open up in those moments and come to the opposite side. She forces to go back to Golan.
Fridland punches it out to Golan. Golan to Fridland. Jung. Mellenhorst. A nice run there by Wilkinson. Even better save by Manor. She saw that the whole way. Wait into Wilkinson. Cleared by Chisholm.
Sophia Manor has been having herself a day. See the craftiness of Mellenhorst and the IQ. It's a great run as well from Wilkinson. But Manor said, nope, not today.
Belzil. Guys, wait. Golan. 3 minutes gone, 5 minutes to go in added time. Ottawa content to play possession with this 1-goal lead.
Just looking to keep the ball and force AFC to chase a little bit as the clock dwindles down.
That's what they were waiting for. Small looking for Esther. They got communication cross there. And Ottawa gets the ball back. Harris over top. Over top has Belzil. Belzil, one touch. The shot! Manor again diving to her right. Harris outstretches the leg, gets it up the field. Jung brings it down to Mellenhorst.
See Milanovic telling his team to push up and apply a bit of pressure.
This phase of the match, that's what you have to do. Down a goal, down a player.
It's definitely not the time to play it safe.
Ball bounces. Rollins. Manor gets that up the field as quickly as she can. Oh, miscue by Scott. And Okoronkwo shielding, turns. And under pressure will get the foul. I think the referee was allowing advantage to play, but calls it back.
See again there, if Scott with just a bit of a shove on the back of Okoronkwo. But in the end, nothing really coming of that opportunity.
Over 30 yards from goal. Esther Okoronkwo will have a go from here. Looks like she's going to chip this in, and does. Headed away by Harris. Tembo. A nice tackle by Wilkinson, out for a corner kick.
Wilkinson coming into the game late and doing everything she has to do to make sure that AFC is not able to level this game. But can the Rapid keep this out of the back of their net? big opportunity.
Late in added time. It's April Lantain. The cross driven in. Headed away. And Pridham makes sure she's on it. Here comes Golan. Chips it long, and Manners there. And we'll let it ride out for a goal kick. A minute left. Belzil to Mellenhorst.
Foul looks to have gone against Mellenhorst.
Lantain try and get this up the pitch. Small. One last try here. Hunter cuts it back, slips. Hunter finds Okoronkwo. And the shot wide as the referee looks to his watch.
Nikki Small with another great ball over the top to Hunter. Drives forward, cuts back, loses her footing, but stays with it and cuts it back to Okoronkwo. He tries to strike, but just can't quite keep it on frame.
And that is game. The whistle blows on the day. It's a late goal from the Ottawa Rapid by DB Pridham to give them a 2-1 victory on the road in a hard-fought game between these two teams in the Battle of Ontario. But it was Pridham. She'd been looking all night, and she found one.
She had been, and it was a very even matchup, Signa, as you just mentioned. We saw both teams come out. They wanted to find the back of the net from that first moment. AFC came out front-footed, and they fought to that final moment despite being down a man. That mentality didn't shift. They looked well connected. They were creating opportunities. But in the end, DB Pridham becomes the hero again because she has that nose for goal. She never stopped looking. And ultimately, they walk away with the win today. So well done from the Ottawa Rapid.
DB Pridham, Kaylee Hunter, Canadian international teammates, and two of the Super Falcons, Esther Okoronkwo, talking it out there with her teammate on the national team for Nigeria. Well, it was a close game all around. Let's take a look at the statistics and see if they also tell the same story. And what is your perception there, Jess?
Well, again, I think it was a pretty even matchup despite there being 60-40. We saw that Ottawa was a lot more patient when they had the ball. They kept it around the back. Obviously, in the second half, being a man up, a lot more was able to be created and just control the game in their favor. But you're seeing 25 shots for the Rapid. They're able to 11 of those on target, 17 for AFC Toronto, but only 3 on target. So can they be more clinical in their next matchup, Signa? We've spoken about this. They've been finding results, but they still need to be more clinical than they have been on the chances that they're creating.
Look at your updated standings. It's the Ottawa Rapid still on top and increasing their lead at that through 11 matches on the season, and the goal differential as well in their favor. AFC Toronto holding on to third position for now. So DB Pridham, her first goal in 3 games, is the winner today in a 2-1 win over AFC Toronto. The Ottawa Rapid tops the table, and does any team have an answer for Ottawa at this stage of the season?
I mean, I'm intrigued to see. I think that they're on a bit of a run right now, so we'll see who can bring them down.
Tough fight as well from AFC Toronto, down to 10 players after that red card to Colby Barnett. We've got more action in the NSL, including after this game. It's the Calgary Wild and Vancouver Rise from McMahon Stadium. It's Stampede Week, and you got Jess Lisi on the call there with Nigel Reed. Tomorrow, we're back on the call with you. It's the Montreal Roses and Halifax Tides from Stade Boreal. That's on CBC Gem. So make sure you stay with us for all of your Northern Super League action. Well, for all of our crew here, I'm Signa Butler alongside Jess Lisi for this broadcast brought to you by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. It's 2-1 for the Ottawa Rapid over AFC Toronto, thanks to a goal from DB Pridham. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.